Hi, my name is Ron Smith. I work IT at APC Dunleary, and today I'm going to talk about SharePoint and how to get the most from the service. I will be talking about various topics. These will include groups, subsites, user errors, and a helpful little app which will come in handy for any unwanted software on your PC. So every user in SharePoint has been assigned to a group depending on what your occupation is. These groups are the following. There are directors, engineers, finance, health and safety, human resource, project managers, PSO, site admin, chair admin, and USA sites. So depending on your occupation, that's the site or sites you have access to. A user may be involved in multiple groups. For example, the test SharePoint user is part of multiple groups, meaning that this user has access to more data than what, let's say, engineers have access to. So if I go to the permissions tab here, and I have test SharePoint, you can see that this user has access to engineers group as well as access to project managers group. So for this user test SharePoint, as the example, this user can see all the information that engineers can see as well as all the information that project managers can see. So a small error I encountered when working on SharePoint was I had made the mistake of accidentally deleting one of the groups, which I had originally created. This caused some users to be unable to access SharePoint, but after quickly realizing my error that I had recreated, I was able to fix the error, and fortunately it didn't affect any users' work or data, so that was really good, and everyone's still happy at the end of the day. So I mentioned earlier that one of the topics which I will be talking about is subsites, and you might be wondering, what is a subsite? A subsite is the site created within the main team site on SharePoint. You can have a subsite within a subsite. The main reason why you might want to do this is because it's a more efficient way of using your time and stops the need for unnecessary amount of folders on a SharePoint subsite. An example of this is in a small subsite I've created myself called Project. So I'll just show you the project tab here. Here's the project subsite I created. So we can see here we have the subsite called Project, and within the subsite we have another subsite called Subsite 2. When I click on it now, there currently aren't any documents, but it's just to show that you can have a subsite within a subsite. So when I first started working on SharePoint, one of the first errors I encountered as an end user was an error where I couldn't sync my files from SharePoint to my local drive. It brought up an error called "We can't connect to the specific SharePoint site." This was because my password for OneDrive for Business had expired and needed to be changed. SharePoint wasn't aware of this and it gave this error. To fix the error, you go to this link here. So I will show you the link. If you follow this link here, support.microsoft.com/enus/kb/3038627. So if you go to that link there, you'll come to this page, how to remove OneDrive for Business Cache by using the EasyFix tool. So if you scroll down, you'll hit that download button and it will bring up this little tool here. So clean OneDrive for Business Cache. So go next. Okay, now that it is after finishing detecting the issues, asks us to read carefully, and so you just click yes to this, go next. So you would, here for example, you would hit go to back up all the files you have. I've already done this, so I can just go next. So we're going to go next. So it's resolving issues. And as you can see here, it's now cleaned the OneDrive for Business Cache error. And the reason you do this is, for example, if I go back into the home site here, go into Documents. If you had this error and you wanted to sync the data, so you go to sync the data, sync now. This is so you can back up the data to your local drive. So we go to sync the data. So we'll just show you here. So I'm going to sync today now from Documents, from Project. So I'll go sync now. And as you can see, it worked. And if I open up here, you can see here's the documents being synced. And there is the document just there. So finally, as just a little part at the end, I just like to talk about a little app which I found very useful for when you're setting up laptops or devices, or there's a bit of software on your laptop and you're not sure if you need it or not. It can be useful if you've lots of software that you don't need and it's slowing down your laptop. And this little app is called Should I Remove It? This was a handy little app which helps you decide whether to keep or delete the applications or programs which you don't need. It gives a percentage on the number of users who have deleted the app and why you should or shouldn't delete the app. The app can be found at shouldiremoveit.com. Thank you for listening, and I hope you've enjoyed this presentation.